Hi, I am Joy Kaapu, and this is Conversations with Joy Kaapu channel. I welcome you all, and this channel, it's all about having meaningful conversations with ordinary people who do extraordinary things. And actually, this has been long overdue. I have been procrastinating doing this, and finally I said, yes, let me do this. So let me tell you a little bit about Joy Kaapu and the channel Conversations with Joy Kaapu. We are all about expanding consciousness in humanity and to make this world a better place. And I have been in the space of human capital and developing consciousness in humanity, especially in the workplace. So I'm an executive coach by profession, and I also do personal and organizational transformation. I help organizations on a global scale to shift cultures, mindsets, behaviors, and capabilities for people to thrive and be the best versions of themselves. I work with leaders, corporate leaders, and also entrepreneurs. And today I was thinking about this whole thing, that how am I going to do it, guys? Am I going to just introduce myself to you? And I thought of a sister, a friend, and actually the relationship started as a client. We'll tell you more about it, to come and introduce me, and just interview me, ask a couple of questions for you to get to know who I am. And her name is Rhengu Hlekane. Thank you so much for honoring my invitation to come to Conversations with Joy Kaapu, to interview me, just have meaningful conversations. I mean, you and I, we love comfort, right? And just being honest, real. Authenticity is the name of the game, right? And just for people to get to know who I am. I couldn't have asked for a better person than you to ask me these questions, and for people to get to know me. Welcome.
Thank you, Joy. Very humbled to really be part of this journey. Tell us a bit about Joy. Who is the young Joy? How did you grow up? Where did you grow up?
Love that question. Yeah. Who are you? Who am I? So Joy is a colorful being. I think you can see my world is in color. Joyful. I'm joy personified, love personified. I'm a lover of life and highly spiritual. And I just love life. I love humanity. And that's the reason why, I'm doing this. So I was born in the 70s in Soweto. And my parents moved back to, it's a rural area just outside Polokwane, called Hamatlala Mamitlawe. And I mean, those people who don't know where the place is, it's about 300 kilometers, from Johannesburg. And I grew up in an entrepreneurial family. My dad crossed over in 2019. My mother is still around. So those entrepreneurial skills were instilled in me from a very young age. And I grew up in a very loving family, and taught, those core values of respect, of, integrity. And our parents, taught us to be assertive, to be self-sufficient. And that's who I am. And currently I am based, in Johannesburg. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you for sharing that, Joy. I'm just wondering, that young girl, Hamatlala, somewhere watching this, and I know a lot of young and women of all ages will be watching this, would like to know, what values, qualities, what did you know that you were going to do this work? How did you grow up? What led you to this path? Take us through your schooling before we get to the career and what you do today.
Yeah. To tell the honest truth, from a young age, I knew that I was destined for greatness. That intuition, the sixth sense. Like I told you, that I grew up in an entrepreneurial family. I don't know if you remember, we used to have those exercise books.
Yes. Yes.
Going to primary and high school. So my parents, had like a supermarket, so they used to sell exercise books. So I used to get into trouble because every time I will, in my exercise books at school, instead of listening to the teachers, actually I would be like drawing in my books. Interesting enough, I'd be drawing beautiful houses And, like the law of attraction, the vision board, the collage, I'd be like drawing, picturing myself living in this beautiful home with a suitcase, like traveling the world, the garden being beautiful and dressed beautifully and all that. And, fast forward later when I got introduced to the law of attraction, how it works, and I realized that, oh my gosh, I'm curious about this. You haven't said anything about it, and I see it here. Is there anything that you'd like to share with us from, yeah?
I realized that, and I know you'll still share your own, you always have a quote in all your after every conversation. And I thought, look, for your listeners, because I do believe your listenership is going to grow, because these are conversations that we should be having as humans, unfiltered, genuine, struggling through the adjectives. But I thought this resonates with me for those that are Christian, but I think it's powerful beyond Christianity. The King is enthralled by your beauty. Honor him, for he is your Lord. Men of wealth will seek your favor. And by men, we don't mean men in terms of gender. It's humans. And I think it's something that I'd like to leave you with, because I think you are gifted, and I want to thank you for helping me discover myself and continuing to do so and walking this journey with me. You are powerful, and thank you so much for the work that you do.
Thank you. Thank you and thank you. I always say it's an honor and privilege to serve, humankind. And the day we crossed paths, like I've always said, in 2015, I'm grateful for God for making that a reality, because you've just enriched my life. And I thank you for the gift of feedback that you've given me and speaking live into this channel as well. Thank you so much. You remind me of what Oprah said as I wrap up. One of her videos, she was sharing that she used to get bothered when people used to say to her that, you're so full of yourself. That's how she said it, right? You're so full of yourself. And then she'd be so worried and bothered about that, that, oh my gosh, these people think I'm so full of myself. But then she did work on herself, personal mastery work, right? She went inside, did work on herself, and then she realized that I am a powerhouse, right? And I'm not just talking about power in terms of monetary terms, whatever, within. And then now when people started saying to her that, oh, you're so full of yourself, and she would say, thank you. Wow. When people said that after she worked on her personal mastery on herself, she said, thank you to those people. Sure. If I'm not full of myself, who should I be full of?
Whew. That's powerful.
So as I see you being full of yourself, and
you.
it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
It is a beautiful thing. And
you.
I just want to say this to the viewers, that, personal mastery work, we were talking about it yesterday, can get messy, rough, because it peels off all those layers, the ego, the facade, and it strips you off bare, right? And that is why most people, they give up along the way, because, going inside, it's not easy. That's silence, and just finding stuff that you need to unlearn and dig out. It can be a rough, messy process, but it's worth it at the end of the day.
Definitely.
You rediscover who you are. You reclaim your power.
Definitely.
And we want to leave you with this, that we hope and trust that you will continue, those of you already embarked on this journey of personal mastery, to keep on going. And those that are yet to embark on the journey, it is worth it. It is worth it. And thank you so much for creating time to be part of this Conversations with Joy Kaapu. Obviously, you're a familiar face here. And in future, I'm looking forward to conversations around personal finance and relationships. And really thank you and appreciate you.
Thank you. I wouldn't be anywhere else today.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
So until the next episode, we want to thank you for creating time to be part of Conversations with Joy Kaapu. Please share, your comments, questions. We'll create time to answer those questions. And we are in this together. So it's not just about us, having these conversations. We also want to make you part of this. And you can do that, by commenting and share your ideas and share what. Yes.
Because our conditioned self is the result of others.
Yeah.
It's not the result of our core, authentic soul's calling. It is what those around us who are powerful in our small lives have told us is the truth.
The traditional phase, right?
The traditional
that
phase.
We're going to talk about in one of the episodes. Yeah, yes.
The traditional
Yeah, the
phase.
conforming.
The conforming.
Wanting to fit
Fitting
in. Yeah.
Well, we might call it even the socialized self. So the need to feel that we belong, that we are accepted, and we comply with what others tell us is the appropriate way to be.
Yeah. Thank you. So, wrapping it up, something light about your traveling. You are a global citizen. 99 countries on your passport.
COVID wrecked my 100th country. COVID got in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but I know it's going to happen. Yeah, soon.
Yes,
yeah,
it
this
is.
year.
It is going to happen. So originally it was Morocco, but now I've decided Mexico.
Wow. Yeah. Every time when I'm with this woman, it's been 16 years, but every time when we're together, I always get those nuggets, the words of wisdom, and having meaningful conversations is just amazing. And I'm grateful for having you in my life. You are a blessing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I truly appreciate and love you, my soul sister. Yeah. I love you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Tears of joy.
Of course, tears of joy, Sissy. Tears of joy. So as we wrap up, and going back to what Sonia said about coming back home, the journey to self. So what we are inviting you, the viewers all over the world, it's just an invitation to take that moment of pause. I know that things are busy, it's hectic, can be busy beings. As Sonia said, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So it's important to pause and silence, which is golden, that moment of gratitude, and also just making sure that you create time to do the things that you love, like even meditation. Meditation doesn't mean that you have to be silent for 15, 30 minutes. Sometimes I take my meditative walks, in nature. So find that thing that brings you joy to make sure that it can help you to find that journey back home. Like I've said, Carl Gustav Jung said, if you do not make the unconscious conscious, it will keep on directing your life, and you call it fate. Then you keep on repeating those behavioral patterns that do not serve you to be the best version of yourself. So take good care of yourself. Until we see you in the next episode, please don't forget to like, share, comment, tap that notification button, and subscribe. Remember in the first episode when I got initiated to social media, I think I'm getting better at this thing now. I can say it without even pausing. So take good care of yourself, love and light, and bye for now.